Hello, my name's Glenn from GB Shrimp, gbshrimp.co.uk, and our YouTube channel, which obviously you guys are on. So this is part one in a products I use series. They're going to be short videos, and the videos are going through products that I personally use and why I use them. So my first one is on Remineraliser. So there's two types, the QDrop, they're both liquid. So they do a GH plus LC, low conductivity, and a GH plus 1, which is specifically for tiger species. I'm currently using the tiger on all of my tanks just simply because I've got a bottle that I need to use up, and I haven't had any problems with either. The low conductivity gives you a lower TDS. They come in two sizes, so there's the large bottle which is 500ml and I believe a 125ml as well. And within the boxes, dependent on which one you buy, I'll put links to these in the description, you get obviously the bottle and a syringe. And being liquid, the reason I like these is because there's no mixing of salts. Yes, I do use salts for my Neocaridina tank, just simply because it's easier. I use GH, KH plus, and I'll go through those on a separate video. But I really like these. There's clear instructions. You simply open the bottle. There's a hole in the cap. You insert your syringe and you pull it down to where you need it to go to. And if you stick to the dose, it will give you the TDS that it states. And I'll go through this. I'll show you guys what I do with this as well. I've now moved the camera down onto my bucket. So this is my bucket of RO water. I've normally got a big air stone running in this, just to keep it circulated so it doesn't go stagnant. And within here I've got a pump, and once I've mixed it and I do my water changes, as you guys that watch know, I connect this to my taps and away we go. But based on the dosage then, it is literally, so this one I sort of start at 20. I think it takes about 28, but I always like to sort of start that, dose it up. This should be mixing because the pumps would be on. And then what I do once this is mixed, I check the TDS. I know that 140, 150 will give me 5 GH, and if I want a bit higher than that, which I'm going to start doing but separately on a couple of tanks, then I simply just add that. If this comes back at about 100, I'll put 3 or 4 millilitres of the solution, let it mix until I get the required TDS on my TDS meter. And obviously remember to recalibrate your TDS meter once a month, or regularly, otherwise you'll get problems, and I've learnt that from bitter experience. So that's my remineralizer that I use for my Neocaridina. And now we're going to move on to what I mineralise for Neocaridina. I use RO water just simply because I've got that, and I'd much prefer to give my Neocaridina, strip the water back and add into it what I want rather than what's in tap. But if your tap water's good, your tap water's good. So for my Neocaridina, I use one of two products. I'll explain why I say one of two. I have a big pot of shrimp mineral, so salty shrimp, GH, KH plus, and what this gives you is for every 1 degree of general hardness, it will give you half a degree of carbonate hardness. So if you follow the instructions and get this to 6 general hardness, it will give you 3 carbonate hardness KH. The reason I use 2 is because I find it really difficult to get this into the UK, salty shrimp. Haven't found a supplier that supplies it, and last time I tried to get it in, I got hit with massive customs charges. What I have found is Shrimps Forever GH KH plus, and it does exactly the same. It looks like a smaller tub. I'll have to verify this. This is 90 grams and this pot's full. I think this is 100 grams or 90 grams, and it's 2/3 or 1/3 empty. So although the pot's big, it isn't full. Okay, so those are the two products that I'd recommend. I say I struggle to get the salty shrimp in. I think this is my last one, but I can get the Shrimps Forever in regularly, and I've got a supplier that I can get that, and it does exactly the same thing, and I've used both. I've had no problems with either. So that's my sort of tips on remineralising and what I use at the moment. I'm using, for all of my Caridina, I'm using the Tiger variant just to use it up, and as I mentioned earlier, I haven't had any problems with that. Once this is gone, I'll go back onto the LC, the low conductivity, but I'm literally just using this up. The date's passed on it, hence me using it up, but I'm happy to use that beyond its date again with no issues. I'm currently using salty shrimp just because I bought a big pot for personal use ages ago, and I'm still using that, and once that's run out I will use the Shrimps Forever one, just because I find it difficult to get the salty shrimp to sell on, you know, so that would be my recommended. So if you enjoyed this, thanks for watching. We're going to do a few of these over the preceding weeks and months, and just spotlight on certain products and why we use them, or why I personally use them, and what my preference is. And I'm one of those people who'd, I prefer to sell you guys something that I'm happy with and I use on the website than sell it you just for the sake of selling it you. So I only stock products that I believe in and I use personally. So thanks for watching, everyone. If you're not a subscriber and you've enjoyed this content, or any of our other content for that matter, hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, don't forget to switch your notifications on, and I'll see you next time.